We have some gunpowder stored in our powder horn, and we're going to lay our gunpowder. As you can see, it's small black grains of gunpowder. We're laying a small trail, and then we'll put a small pile of gunpowder at the end, and we're going to use a burning bit of rope called match, which is soaked in saltpeter to make it light, and we're going to light the gunpowder. We're blowing on the match to make certain it's nice and hot and glowing red before we light the gunpowder. I'm going to make 5 attacks and you have to block, and I'm going to tell you where I am attacking so you can learn. So leg, head, arm, head, leg. How many of those did you manage to block? Right, we are going to show you how to make a simple money pouch, so you can make it yourselves and keep it and use it. This one here has got money in it, but you can use it for keeping any treasures in that you want, and so that you can make it at home rather than using the 17th century tools, a knife and a bradawl. We're going to use items that you may have in your own home. In order to do this, we're going to do a template, and then you can use the template for any other materials. So this one here is made of leather. We've also got one here made out of a cloth bag, and this one here has got paper. So we're going to make a paper template that you can then use for any other material. So we've got a piece of leather, we're going to put that to one side, and we're going to start with a piece of paper that hopefully anyone can have in their own home. Start with a plate. So mine's a pewter plate, but you can use any plate that you've got. Now this plate is actually slightly bigger than the paper I've got, but that's not a problem for making the template. I'm going to use a modern pen rather than a traditional quill, and we're just going to draw around it. If I take the plate off, we have a nice circle. Now you'll notice on our money pouches here, we've got some little tabs which we can use to pull the pouch open once you've undone the thread. So if we fold this, and we then have a circle and a center line, you can then draw on your tabs, which you can make in any shape that you want. So the ones here, we're just going to draw out, and a little bit of a dome on the top. And here, draw out, a little bit of a dome on the top, and then that's going to come in like that. We then cut that out. I'm using scissors rather than a knife, just because it's a bit quicker. And also you should hopefully have some scissors readily available in your home. Now ideally we would have the full circle here, but the fact that we haven't goes to show that you don't actually need it. So we've got it already folded in half, so we're now going to fold it again. And then, so we've now got it in quarters, we're going to fold it again. And then one more time. Then when we fold this out, you'll see that we've got lots and lots of segments all the way around. And you should have 4 segments in each quarter and a total of 16 segments all the way around the circle. We now need to punch some holes in the top of each of these segments. And in order to help us, I've enlisted something that you may have at home. And if not, you can use a bradawl or a hole punch, or a punch, or even maybe a pocket knife, if you happen to have a pocket knife. It's a bit close to the top, but we'll work with it. So now we're going to use a piece of string. You can use any sort of thread. You can use some leather thonging, a shoelace, or something like that. And we start at one end near your tabs. Now I've made a mistake. I've actually punched through my tabs here, but you can take a bit more time and a bit more care. And we thread it in and out all the way around both sides. That one there hasn't quite worked, so I'm going to punch another hole. A slightly bigger hole. Obviously, if you make a slightly smaller hole, you can take your time to thread it through a little bit easier. I'm doing this with slightly larger holes because it makes it quicker for threading. Keep going round. And then the other side. In and out, all the way around. And we're there. I'm just going to tie the 2 ends together. And with your paper template, you can then, if you've got another piece of material, like some leather or even some cloth, you can lay that down and put your template over the top, and with your pen mark where the holes are and individually punch something else, so you've got a template that you can use for anything else. In order to make the pouch work, where your handles are to pull it apart, you should have 2 little bits of thread, and if you gradually slowly pull them together, each side will start to concertina together. Some of the folds have to go the opposite way, and folds in and out on each side. If I take the one we've done earlier, this one here, as you can see, it concertinas in and out all the way around, and as you draw it together it will form a pouch, and then you can use the tabs to pull it open and put whatever you want inside. And that's how you make a simple pouch for the 17th century. With your string, you can hang that on your belt, or you can hang it around your neck, or you can carry it how you wish. And now you can have a go to make your own.